Good evening. It's Wednesday, July the 8th, 7:35 p.m., and I'm Miss Kim with Miss Kim's Tarot and Tearoom.com. Energetically, I am struggling today. This morning when I got up, I felt really good. And when it got about 1, almost not even quite 1 p.m. Eastern time, I started feeling strange energy um that was just kind of hitting my solar plexus area and my heart center, and it almost felt like stage fright, right before you're getting ready to address a bunch of people and those butterflies that you get in your stomach. But I did not, of course, have anyone that I had to talk to, which makes it even worse. So I tried to lay down and take a nap and just kind of, meditate until I fell asleep. And I noticed that come here, Brandy, my sensitive psychic dog, which is Brandy, say hello. She's super sensitive and she can feel energy way beyond mine. And at first, I just thought she was a hysterical dog, but I realized later, because she's been with me for about 5 months, that she's picking up energy and she feels it strongly. So now I've learned to pay attention when she just out of nowhere jumps up and runs to the door or whatever she's doing. But, and then I thought, maybe this is from a void of course moon, because we did have a little bit of a void of course today, and that was from 2:42 p.m. to 4:31 p.m. And then the moon went into Taurus at 4:31. So it's been a little bit like 3 hours, but instead of it calming down, it felt stronger. And then it started kind of moving toward my solar plexus. So up the back. So I was just feeling this, and I feel this energy is something that is getting ready to happen collectively. And I'm just picking it up before it happens. And it feels kind of scary. I'm feeling it's going to affect a large amount of people. So I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just telling you energetically what I'm feeling. And in the meantime, a few days ago, I was looking at YouTube and I saw where Illinois had an earth tremor, and it just shook me literally, because I remember that I had done a video on April the 27th, 2026, about one of the I states being hit by an earth tremor. And it's very unusual for those states to have an issue. And I think when I watched one of the videos on YouTube, they said it had been like 14 years or something like that. But then today I saw that Florida was being hit, and that is my love state. I love that place. I want to go back and live there. So apparently, for several hours in different areas of Florida, there was some tremors that they felt as well. And it went on for a while, but it was just the little dots were showing in different places. So energetically, the earth is definitely giving us a warning, and we need to pay attention. Um, so within, so without is how it goes. So I am going to do a little 3-card spread with the Angel's Wisdom Oracle deck. That's one that I opened up a few days ago. And I just want to kind of get some angelic guidance for us, because we are definitely feeling the effects of something major that is happening. And I feel we need to be paying attention right now. So let's take a look. I'm going to, oh yeah, I've got my camera up here now. Let me see if I can, you're looking at my ceiling from one of my other cameras. Now you're looking at me upside down. Here we go. So right now, as I'm talking to you, my dog is just pacing back and forth, just back and forth. So, I don't know if she's feeling my energy or I'm feeling hers. But so the first card is letting go. Let's see if I can get that a little bit more where you can see it. All right, letting go. Let's see my T. I let go of what I know, what no longer serves me to make space for new beginnings. You need to let go to make room for new things in your life, or you must let go to give someone else the space they need to grow. Let go because holding on is too painful. The angels remind you letting go is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Very good. Okay, so the next card, they gave me two, it looks like. Feels like two. No, it's just thick. Declutter. I am surrounded by only what I need and love. The angels want you to know the best way to declutter your home, your workspace, and your life is to take things one small step at a time. Combine. Small steps will lead to big improvements. That will be easier to maintain over the long run. You know, I really had a hard time beginning to do videos. And the reason is because I've always been very private about the things that I do. And I also felt I didn't want to get the attention of something that could later harm me or my family, um, because of the time that we're living in. But I realize that the most important thing is to give information out so people can be aware. I mean, I didn't get this gift just for a random reason. It was meant to be of service to mankind and womankind. And so I put myself out there this year, and it has been really surprising the results that I've gotten. The last one is peace. Nothing can disrupt my peace. The angels remind you to make being peaceful a priority in your life. Practice peace every day in a quiet thought, deep meditation, or in serene action. Use the power of peace to make your life a thing of rhythm and grace. Maybe that's what I need to be doing right now, because the energy that I'm feeling that is so strong is affecting me in a way that is kind of stealing my peace a little bit, because it's a very strong energy. I do believe that we are being affected by frequencies that are external, um, that is affecting the population. Some of those are natural and some of those are simulated and made, they are man-made. And I think that that is some of the issues that I am feeling. So there's our Angel's Wisdom deck. This is a beautiful deck. I love it because it's so cosmic. These little things on the back, the little dots and stars, make me think of outer space, where probably most of us are from. So, I'm just going to ask what else we need to know. This is very random for me today, but I like to be as genuine as possible and as spontaneous as possible, because I don't like rehearsed and polished things. I like things as they are, raw, and just where they are and what they are, the honesty of it. So I'm just asking, what do we need to know about the energies that are being felt right now across the globe? Whether that be earth changes or what's going on with the collective consciousness feeling those energies. And the first card is family, safety for the family, prosperity coming for the family. So those are things that are going to be very important to make sure that you stabilize things for your home life and your family, and that your important tribe of people that you want to protect and that wants to protect you and love you. And then here we have some of this energy is karmic. Some of it is about what we've put out is coming back in as a collective consciousness. You can't put energy out into the universe without it coming back and knocking at your door. Everything that you're doing, you're transmitting energy all the time. And this is showing the best we can arrive at. So it is showing energy that is animated. It can be protective energy. This could be an actual person, which would make it a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius energy. It is definitely showing this person protects, but and is quite capable of handling matters um, that affect a lot of people. And this is showing some feminine energies that are ruffled right now, that we can work with and use. That is the best thing I've ever heard, because a lot of feminine energy in the past has been pushed down and minimized, but those healing energies, those are the things that heal the planet. They heal us. We have to go within to work on what the problem is so that externally we can see the changes. And here it's saying we need to be turned upside down to be able to really get a perspective on what's happening. And that's happening right now. We're being turned upside down. And here it is showing issues with possibly a man that could be a Gemini, Aquarius, or Leo. And we have a president that's a Gemini, just as a FYI. Also, it can mean things having to do with government and authority over our heads. That's being an issue with what's going on energetically. And this is saying there's a lot of spiritual poverty and complications because of other people. It is showing that there is a huge poverty consciousness right now that is also affecting energy. How can you not, when you have such a division between a very high ruling class and then you've got energy where people are basically being brought to poverty, to a situation of poverty. And then here, thank you, Brandy. Here we have people who are wanting and looking back at the past. They are wanting to go back to a time that is more simple with it. They are definitely missing time where things were simpler. And I feel that way myself. And then here it's showing our hopes and fears is sometimes that card can mean what it is basically saying, but sometimes this has to do with a huge transformation, and we got that going on too. And then here it's saying we are going to get through this, but we've got to wait it out. We will have assured success and a change of place and more freedom that shows, but the whole process might be another 21 months coming ahead. So, we're looking at 2028 before we can really see some of the things that we would like, and Pluto is responsible for a lot of upheaval. Being in Aquarius, it's going to affect a mass amount of people, and what it's trying to do is create equality. But in the process, the groups of people that it shakes up where there is not equality is it's got to be first flushed out and looked at. So I definitely feel that we are going to have a very interesting road ahead of us. And what I'm hearing specifically in August. So hold on to your hats and try to find your peace wherever you are, whatever you're going through. I mean, sometimes we can't help how we're feeling inside, but we can tap into that part of us that gives us the peace when everything around us appears to be shaking. I hope that you have a good evening, and I will talk to you later. I am Miss Kim with Miss Kim's Tarot and Tea Room.com, and you have a good evening. Bye.